At first it was a bit of a shock, and he was so excited. And then we had this plan of getting a nice house and having a nice family. Nice. But then it didn't really turn out that well. Well, they're taking me in next week, so they could induce me then, or in 2 weeks. So.
Right. Thinking of the baby as well, it's just.
I know, it's going to be hard.
Very hard.
This is the first time I've had a look for it properly. This is the hat that she's going to come home in the hospital with, which I think is really nice. Yeah, that's me and Vinny at Ryan's grave. Thought I'd take Vinny to see him. That's one where he's holding my bump.
Isolation is such a big challenge for lone parents, and so being able to go somewhere where they felt held, supported, where they could ask questions about parenting, about their child, and they could share a little bit about their mental health and what has helped them through that journey of parenting as well.
For me personally, I only found out that I was going to be a parent the day after my daughter was born. It's a long story. It was just like a big shock, like a really big kind of adjustment, and it took me a while to kind of fully realise what that meant. And I think it has been like quite a difficult journey, especially when you're doing it by yourself and you don't really have the kind of support that you might need or want.
Let's go.
And I have a lot of cars there. I have a lot of cars there.
There's so many interestingly beautiful things about it, as well as so many stressful things. But yeah, you do have this little ball of life, and when they smile, it's amazing. I always knew I wanted to be in my son's life. I always knew I was going to be there regardless, no matter what. Dressing's going to get better soon. Right, throwing you. Ready?
Yeah.
Steady. 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 Go!
Daddy!
Let's go walking on the roof.
Look, I'm walking on the roof. It's
such a small line to say you don't get to see them ever again, but it has such an effect on you. Like, it'll really break you down and it'll make you think a million things, like, what do I have to do? What should I do? What's the right thing to do? And those have been the scariest times.
The screaming, the crying, what I do. Because at the very start, I never felt anything. Don't know, it was like I had no emotion. I did get diagnosed with postnatal depression, and I never thought it was a thing. It took me a lot to actually open up about my mental health, but to look at it now, I'm proud of myself.
A lot of the parents we support, they don't have, especially the young parents, they don't have a lot of friends in similar situations and things like that. And when they can share that load, it just helps take the pressure off.
Groups for a parent, groups for their child. It's about letting the Inverclyde community know that we are there to support them and that we do have a space.
If we can find a way to hold a space for whatever people want to bring in those early initial stages, it helps us to better build relationships moving forward.
They might be very isolated, and then on top of that, having a baby is quite an isolating experience. So really it's about community, and that's what we're trying to achieve.
1 month after the mom passed away, I started my master's at Strathclyde University. So you can imagine a sleepless night. Just the thought of the fact that I would be the one taking care of him for the rest of his life. So yeah, I felt sad, yeah, because I realized that the burden was going to be heavy on me.
groups for single parents have helped quite a lot, particularly like Dad's Rock. That was like the first and probably only charity that I found purely for dads in Edinburgh. They just offered like one-to-one support, which is what I needed the most. And yeah, I think it's been like a massive help in me becoming like a better parent.
There are a lot of pressures that single dads do face, and so going to groups with more dads certainly helps to break down that stress of going to these things.
We know the hardest thing is to come for the first time, to walk through those doors, to be brave, to brave the unknown. That is the hardest thing for anybody in any situation. So we always ask, just come and try it once, you might actually like it.
You realize in life you always have to have a good mental, physical and social balance.
If I could look back, I'd tell myself I could be a single mum, because I never thought I could be. Do you believe in Mummy now? Yeah, Mummy believes in Mummy too. I'm super mum.
Like, I'm introverted and all that, but I felt welcome. I felt like, okay, it's an amazing group here. This is where I belong.